we are going to explain the material about the comparison between American accent and Southeast Asia accent. Before that, let us introduce ourselves first. My name is Henny Susmari.
My name is Molly Darmhozi.
My name is Fatma Zunita.
My name is Ramadila Sari Putri. My name is Mustika.
So guys,
Keep on watching! I now tell the general explanation about American accent and Southeast Asia accent. Well, over 800 million people speak English. Most English speakers are not speakers. The recognizable American accent is what English learners commonly strive for. American English varieties from linguistic continuum of dialect more similar to each other than to English dialect of other countries, including some common pronunciation and other features and nationwide. You probably have an idea of what a Southern accent sounds like. Southerners have a drawl. They say y'all and maybe even howdy, and Southern's accent, like most accents, are baked down by media.
Hi! Okay, in this session we are going to talk about
Singaporean English accent and
Thailand English accent.
okay, for the first one is Singaporean English accent. Singaporean always shorten the word become more shorter, so it sounds like linking word or linking sentence.
And therefore, the example is when the American say never mind, they will say never mind. Another example is I don't want it, I don't want it, they will say it don't want. I don't want it.
Yes.
Something like that. And for the question, when we say what time is it now, they will say what time now.
Why? So they change the term of the American become the Mandarin like that.
Okay, sometimes they also erase the last letter. For example, the word find, they will erase the D sounds, so it's just like find.
Yes.
Without D sounds.
Yes. And they also add some words in the first or last sentence. So like ayo. Ayo means when ayo it's too expensive. So it means that what? It's too expensive like that.
Okay, and the next is Thailand English accent. Thai people may pronounce the words by decapitating or pausing the words in each syllables. So and they still sounds it clearly. For example, when we have tomorrow, and they will say it tomorrow. I will go there tomorrow. Something like that. Another example is graduate. They will say it graduate, and with the pressing the T sounds
like that. And they also couldn't pronounce the sh sound clearly, so they pronounce it as S sounds. For the example, when they say application, they will say
application,
and when they say pronunciation, they would say
pronunciation
like that. So they could not pronounce the sh sound clearly. They just pronounce it as sound. Like that.
And basically they are still using the Thailand tone, so it becomes the characteristic of their English.
Okay, like that.
And the next material is Indonesian English accent. Hi! I will share how Indonesians speak English. So, we know that English is taught in school from elementary school until high school, and many Indonesians are self-taught both from book and courses. In terms of fluency, I found that the Indonesians are some fluent with the various level of fluency depend on their own experiences and educational background. And most Indonesians who speak English don't have a strong accent and are relatively easy to understand. Take for example, they speak the word naturally like the letters. The example is that, today, and the sounds R is clearly pronounced like tomorrow, really. Indonesian accent is not similar like Indian accent or Singaporean accent or Singlish that are hard to understand. And we know English in Indonesia is not a second language, but English as foreign language. And I think that the fluency is more important than the accent, right? And however, it is important to keep in your mind, when you speak, the information you want to deliver to the people is far more important than your accent. Thank you.
In this section, I'm going to explain you the comparison between American accent and Southeast Asian accent. American speakers usually speak so fast with proper intonation and pronunciation because they are the native of English. But sometimes American speakers, it's difficult to understand because they often use abbreviation words. For example, when they want to say the sentence like this, I am going to take them back. American speakers will say like this, I'm gonna take them back, I'm gonna take them back. While the Southeast Asia speakers usually talk in English with their backgrounds of their culture, so they will form their own accent. And sometimes Asia speakers, it's difficult to understand too among the native speakers of English because they often use inappropriate stress of words and intonation. And I think that's all about the comparison between American accent and South Asian accent.
This is the end of our discussion.
Thank you for watching our videos.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Bye bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.